What's up, guys? So I've now been selling on eBay for a total of 90 days. I'm going to tell you how much I made my first 90 days of reselling on eBay. Well, I mean, I've been reselling longer than that. Over 10 years ago, I would do it a lot. Then I kind of slowed down. I hadn't done it in a very long time. You know, watching YouTube, I came across somebody's YouTube videos, which was The Art of Resale. Shout out to him. He's actually here in Vegas too. And when I saw that, it just reminded me of what I used to do over 10 years ago. But I just wouldn't do it, you know, for content or putting it online or anything like that. I just did it legit for fun and to make extra money. So that kind of got me back into, you know, going to the swap meet, going to yard sales, and finding cool stuff, but for myself, you know. But I never really looked at yard sales or swap meets to go find something to actually like resell. When I was reselling on eBay over 10 years ago, I would hit up a lot of actually pawn shops and find stuff, but that kind of got a little bit harder because pawn shops probably like they just price things like super high. I mean, unless you know somebody there, somebody that works there, it's like actually really hard to get a good deal. But that's what I would do before. I would hit up pawn shops and then, you know, get a good deal and resell them. Anyway, so I hit my first 90 days of reselling on eBay once I started this channel, and I'd show you my screen, but I don't know how to do that whole backdrop thing with my screen on it with my face on it. So I'm just gonna tell you, and then I'll show you a little bit of clips of what sold and stuff like that. So actually, the very first item that sold for me was on October 26th. So I hit my 90-day mark on January 26th, and I sold a total of 71 items in 90 days. 71 items in 90 days. I'm gonna show you what was my most profitable pick and how much I got it for, how much I profited, and also what was the least profitable. I didn't lose any money on any other items, but there was a few items where I kind of basically broke even or just made a little bit of money. The very first item that I sold October 26th. It was a Vegas Nights hoodie. I actually picked up 3 hoodies for a total of $10.
His shirts are 10. All of the stuff is 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I take 3 of these, would you do 3 for 10?
I'll do 3 for 12. $1 each off of all of them. What 3 were you looking at?
These 2 and the Vegas Nights. 3 for 10.
Just take it. Yeah.
All right. I'll leave the hangers.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna At least you know you're perfect. Yeah.
You got them?
I'm gonna take a red shirt that was in the dollar pile.
Okay.
This one here.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Vegas Nights hoodie I sold for a total of $25.18. Now keep in mind, guys, this is the total that you get from eBay. This includes like taxes, fees, and shipping cost. I always do have the buyer pay for shipping. After fees and shipping costs and taxes, I had a net profit of $8.08. Some of the highest items where I profited the most money was a Disney The Descendants vinyl record. I think I picked up that record when it was like a half off sale. Must have been like Black Friday, or there was like another Christmas sale. There was half off at Goodwill. I bought this record for 50 cents, and I sold it for a total of $36.46 minus taxes, minus shipping costs and fees. I netted $23.37 with only 50 cents. One of the other items that I made the most profit on was some Jordan 1s. There was a Jordan 1 Starfish. These are women's shoes. They're like orange and white. I picked these shoes up at a yard sale for $1. I'm at a yard sale. I'm about to buy this DVD VCR combo for $5. These VCRs are $2 each. These Jordans are gonna be $1. iPad block is gonna be 50 cents, and this is gonna be $1. $12. I had one of my kids clean them up for me really good, and I sold them for a total of $83.15. There was like $3.20 in taxes, $14.95 in shipping, and $9.26 in fees. And I profited with only $1, a total of $54.74. And the item that had the most profit for me was a vintage German knife that I picked up at a yard sale. So basically for $1.25, I think I got like maybe three knives, I can't remember, for a total of like $5 or something like that. And I sold this German vintage knife for a total of $90.43 minus taxes, shipping cost, and fees. I profited a total of $70.12 with only $1.25. All right, so now I'm going to talk to you guys some of the items that had the least profit margin. I didn't lose on any of the items that I bought, but there were some items that I pretty much kind of like broke even or made very little money. And one of those items was like a jointed wooden like Pinocchio looking type doll. I don't think I have any video of that. I'm not sure if I was recording that day at a yard sale. I picked it up at a yard sale for $1. I'll put you guys a picture here so you guys can see it. But I bought it for $1 and it sold for a total of $9.99. That's with shipping and everything. So minus taxes was like 76 cents. Shipping was $6.44. I actually messed up on that shipping because this was like a super light. It must have weighed like 4 or 5 ounces. So it should have been cheaper to ship. I messed up on that. $6.44 of shipping. The fees was $1.62. So I ended up profiting 17 cents for $1. It wasn't a loss, but I only profited 17 cents off of this one item. This profit item was like these peppermint Christmas plates. I think they were like brand new. I bought them for like $5.99, $6, and they sold for a total of $26.51. Again, I messed up on the shipping on this one. Taxes were like about $2.12. Fees were $3.81. Shipping was $11.06, and I only profited a total of $3.53. So I spent $6 to make $3.53. I didn't lose, but there wasn't a huge profit. I probably could have profited at least $2 or $3 more if I would have paid attention to my shipping costs. So those were pretty much the items where I kind of profited the least. Everything else, I have a lot of stuff where I profited maybe like if I bought it for $3 and at the end of the day I profited, another $3. But I don't consider that bad because I pretty much like doubled my money. But those are like those are kind of some of the items where I made my most profit, and also some of the items where I made my least profit. A couple more items that did make me some good profit were like, for example, a Hooters tracksuit. I was getting like each a clothing item for $1, so it was like pants and the tracksuit jacket for $2. It was like a Hooters outfit. That right there sold for a total of $38.75. So minus taxes, fees, and everything, with $2, I profited $23.47. Another good sell was it's a jacket. It's a USA made. It's a jacket that pretty much deals with like themed jackets, like kind of like Star Trek jackets or even some kind of Marvel character jackets. It's called a Volante, I think Volante design. I also got it when Goodwill was having like a half off deal, so I bought the jacket for $7.50. It sold for a total of $85.11 minus fees, shipping, and taxes. I profited $51.40 with only $7.50. All right, so like I said, I sold a total of 71 items in 90 days. And out of those 71 items, I can say that I only had one return. It was a Pendleton shirt. It was a 2X Pendleton shirt. Somebody bought it. They felt like the shirt didn't fit them. But every time I have a shirt, especially like if it's like a 2X or higher, or maybe like a vintage t-shirt where vintage t-shirts sometimes are smaller. You might have a shirt that's like a large or extra large, and it doesn't look like nowadays extra large or large, you know what I mean? So I usually try to take pictures with like a yardstick, make sure I show the measurements and everything. This person wasn't really happy. They did leave me negative feedback, and it turns out that this person was new to eBay. You know, it was their first transaction, so it really sucked that, you know, for their first transaction they weren't happy with their item. So I went ahead and said like, hey, you should have reached out to me first. Even if you don't offer returns, eBay's gonna let people return something if they feel that it wasn't described that it wasn't described properly, I guess. He was just like super upset, saying that the shirt didn't fit him, that I didn't describe it right. So I gave him his money back. I mean, the shirt cost me, I think, like $8, and I sold it for like $60. So I didn't look at it like, oh, I'm gonna lose $60. You know what I mean? I gave him his money back, and he removed the feedback and left me positive feedback saying, you know, that it was a good experience, that I gave him his money back and all that kind of stuff. So I sold a total of 71 items, and those 71 items total brought me in a total of $2,534.62. Now, I want to tell you something. When you see somebody telling you like, oh, hey, this is how much I have on eBay in my last 90 days. And I'll include a screenshot here of what it looks like. I didn't take a screenshot of my first 90 days. So far, somebody could say, oh, I'm making $10,000 in the last 90 days. That is the total price. Like, it doesn't mean that that's how much money they have in sales. That's including the taxes, the shipping costs, the fees. Everything is charged on there, you know. And then after that, eBay takes away all those fees or all those amounts, and then you get your profit. So when you watch a video and someone says, hey, look at my 90-day eBay. In 90 days, I've made this much. That's not what they've made. That's not what they profited. So on eBay, it would say I made in 90 days $2,534.62. But in reality, I spent a total of $259.19 on those items for a total net profit of $1,184.70, guys. It might not sound like a whole lot to you, but keep in mind, I do this as a side hustle. I do have a full-time job. This is just something that I'm doing like on the side as a hobby. I mean, I think I went out to yard sales in those 3 months, maybe like two times each month. So maybe like, I don't know. I would say like a total max of like six or seven times that I went to yard sales. It wasn't like I was going like consistently every Friday, every Saturday, every Sunday, or to the swap meet or anything like that. No, this is just strictly from hitting up yard sales, you know, a couple times a month in 90 days. You know, every now and then stopping at a thrift store. If I'm driving around, if I'm running some errands or something, I see a thrift store, boom, I pull in, and maybe go in there real quick, see what I find. So this profit of $1,184.70 with only $259 is a true result of somebody's side hustle. You know, I'm not claiming to make thousands. I have a job, I have a family, I have kids, I have a wife. You know, there's things to do, things you got to do around the house. This is truly the result of somebody's side hustle that pretty much is a side hustle. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Some extra income. You know, this isn't like showing you like, oh, I'm making a living off of this. Is strictly extra money. Basically, $1,184 divided by 3 is $394 with 66 cents, nearly $400 a month. Just by a little side hustle, going to a yard sale here and there, coming home, taking pictures, sitting down, you know, putting them up on eBay. I mean, that could be your car payment. You know what I mean? If you're in need like of a new car and you can't afford a new car, you can afford a new car, but just have, you know, going out there and just getting like a little extra side hustle. And why not do an eBay side hustle, reselling from yard sales, from thrift stores? So if you've been thinking of starting an eBay side hustle and think like, I don't have time, I got kids, you know, I have work, but I need an extra side hustle to make some extra side money, this is the perfect side hustle. I have another video that basically shows you the 5 reasons why you should start an eBay side hustle. I'll link it here in the description. Go ahead and watch that. But pretty much, guys, there's no excuses. There's no money that need to be invested. You can start reselling stuff from your own home. That's basically how I started. You can start an eBay reselling side hustle and make yourself at least an extra $400 to $500 a month. I'll make another video specifically showing all the items that I sold, or most of the items, what sold for me the most, so you guys can actually get an idea of what's out there, what to look for, what can sell. I just do side hustles just because nowadays stuff is like so expensive, especially if like your job, you need to make ends meet. It's not enough. Sometimes you need to have your job plus another part-time job, plus do something else on the side. You know what I mean? And why not? The extra cash comes in handy, whether it be for your family, for vacation, just to save up some money, whatever it might be for. Like I've said in some of the earlier videos, I am a car guy. I like cars. I have a couple cars, and I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I maintain my cars, or I build my cars, or I bought the cars like strictly with eBay money, stuff like that. But I do like to at least kind of offset my expenses. Like if I'm gonna be spending some of my household money, fixing up my car broke down, I need to fix this or that on it, and it's just like a little hobby of mine. So why not make some extra cash? You know what I mean? To make that up. I want to appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you very much for watching. This is something that I just started. Like I said, I used to do this resale thing like way back in the day, years ago. Once I saw it on YouTube, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get back into it, and I want to do that. I'm gonna show people what I do. I don't know where this is gonna go. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is something that I enjoy. Going to yard sales, thrift store, so I'm finding used stuff for myself to resell. I started basically 90 days ago, like at 400 and change, 400 and some subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, everybody that's subscribed. If you already subscribed, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos. I appreciate you. And if you watch my videos and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost a thing. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. Help me out. Hit that subscribe button. So thanks for watching. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop me a comment. Share this with somebody that you think might like it. And see you guys next time on Picking for the Low.